You mentioned having kind of learned through Plated that people were getting in shape, they were losing weight, they were getting healthier. And maybe that wasn't the core goal, or maybe you didn't get to explore that to its fullest extent. When you think about that on the consumer side, the number of meal kits that cater towards keto or building muscle or losing weight or a plant based diet, now, on the other side of that, it may be many of the same or similar kind of quote unquote diet plans or meal plans or ingredients. Why go this path now, this time around to healthcare instead of saying, like, look, we get it. There's tons of people who are already fit and healthy who are going to spend a bunch more money on these kind of different meal plans and options. So, where was the kind of decision point? And now, kind of looking back on it, are you thinking like that was the right decision? Or you maybe kind of look and say, like, how do we get into that consumer market? How are you thinking about how that continues to evolve?
The decision has been to start by serving the patients with the highest needs. For folks that I think in a lot of ways look like you and I, there are a ton of options. It's almost overwhelming how many food and supplements and exercise products and programs are out there. For folks that are in a different socioeconomic status and a different life stage, there's not all these options. The disease burden, sadly, is pretty correlated to that. You look at the populations where they just don't have access to a lot of these things that you're talking about. There's a much higher need. And from a business perspective, less competition in a certain kind of way. And we wanted to be a real healthcare business. That sort of fit consumer is after a preventative solution, which is really important, but doesn't currently fit within the healthcare system. So we've chosen to start with the highest risk people, members with the highest need, and over time work our way into the healthier population.